do this roof color right here, and it looks kind of pink to me. It's like a pinkish, see, look at that. I put my brush right up to it. It's pretty much it. And I mean, the lady might say, my roof's not pink, but it doesn't have to do with her roof being pink. It has to do with the sunlight on her house. So I hope this is right. See, I don't even know how high up the roof goes. But what happens is, since I traced my drawing, see, and then when I trace my drawing, it goes up here. So what I can do is just kind of guess where the roof line is. And a triangle is always a triangle. So here's the triangle, right? So basically, if the roof hopefully is straight across, then it's going to do something like that. And I can always cover it up with some trees or something if I want to. And then there's looks like a chimney there. And that looks to be, maybe like some orange going on in it. So I'll mix a little bit of orange. It looks like it's a little darker, so you want to add like a little darkness to it, maybe some brown instead of black, until you get that color. And I think I nailed it right there. So I actually did one of the paintings on Main Street. It's a little red house. It's so cute. And oh God, it didn't take me that long at all, but I nailed it. And my husband came in and he said, geez, that took you quick. And I said, well, that's why I'm not going to charge a lot. It's just ridiculous. If I'm like some famous lady someday, I still don't think I'm going to do it. It's just a waste of time to make people spend all that money. People have $1,000 pocketbooks. It's ridiculous. Okay, now, then I'm going to put the color of the house in. Now remember, you just want to get these colors down, because if I spend hours on one part of it, I'm going to get sick of it. I'm going to throw it out and hate it. Now here's a good brown here. Now what I want is basically the brown, maybe the darker brown of the house. I'll make the lighter brown and the darker brown. Now the darker brown, you can see, it's an exact line right here. And I need a little more turpentine just to water it down. And this is like, goes straight over, you can see it all the way to the window. Whoops, I hope I have that right. I think I do. Whoops, I think it's like this, but that's all right. So I go down like this, and it goes pretty much to there. Okay? And then there's a line there. You can see it right there. Must be a tree or something in the way. And I'm going to go all the way down like this. Okay? And then I'm going to go over like this. My windows are there. And I'm going to want to go, I can put all the light in later on. You're going to want to water down your brush a lot so it goes a long way. You can have a lot more paint if you water it down with turpentine. Now I'm kind of seeing a little bit of purple, so I'm going to add some red to my brown, because I'm thinking I see some purple, a purpley red. And I'm just going to put all these in. And you watch, when I get the windows all done, you won't even believe it. It's crazy how they happen together like this. And you don't have to paint this fast. Next week, we're going to have Mary Ellen Philo from the Hartford Courant. She took over my good friend Pat Saramit's job at the Hartford Courant. She's just as good as Pat, great, great columnist, hysterical. I don't think she knows how to paint, but we're going to wing it next time on the next program. And I think I'm going to teach her how to paint some Cape Cod scenes, because if you've ever been to Cape Cod, there's only about 3 colors on Cape Cod. There's light blue, sand, and white, a couple seagulls. And it's not that hard. So we're going to do some Cape Cod scenes with Mary Ellen Philo next time. And she'll be a blast. And you never know. She could paint better than me, and then everybody will want her paintings and not mine. But I don't care. They can buy hers instead. So I'm going through like this. It still looks awful, So when you're doing your painting, you can say, ugh, looks awful. But of course they look awful for a while. You got to get all these colors in. It's actually pretty time consuming. But if you go quick, don't worry about it. Sometimes when I'm not out at the studio, if it's later at night, I'll pour a glass of wine, and, sometimes they come out better, sometimes they don't. You never know. But you just want to keep it real light, keep it simple, and don't stress. If it's awful, oh, you should see me. If mine's awful, I put it away, and I don't even touch it for a long time. Okay, I don't know what's going on here, really, because I'm kind of losing that. But it looks like there's a window here, and then there's a window here. And there's some sort of like one of those like chairs you put outside. I think it's going to look like this. Close enough. And we'll put the line there for the roof. Now over here is a big tree. And if I look up close, I can see the lines, and they look real green. But from far away, they look black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that tree in, and I don't know what happens to it up here. I'll just make it up and hope it's right. So this tree is on the side of the house, and once you just paint these things in, it just makes everything kind of look so much better. Not that bad, and remember to keep it loose, and don't be, like that, because it'll drive you crazy, and you'll probably throw all your paints away, and you'll never paint again. And the tracing machine is a must, and Dick Blick has fabulous stuff. They've got great canvas. This canvas here, I bought at AC Moore. It's like $5. They've got great canvas too. If someone commissioned me to do a big fancy painting, maybe I'd go to Dick Blick instead. But it doesn't matter. It's really what's on the painting. And they've got, I get all my art supplies there. I live like 3 minutes from the store. And they're good. They got good people working there and stuff. And okay, so let's see. I'm going to go in and I'm going to put in the rest of my brown house before I do my windows. And it looks like that goes right up to the foundation. So I'll just put that like that. And we'll go like this. And then we've got a roof line. We've got a lot of white going on. Okay, up here, it looks like there's another window. I'll just paint that in. Okay, you can always go back. I mean, the window probably goes like that. Not really sure. And then it looks like there's 2 window panes. Now, instead of painting each window pane, just fill it in like this. There's 1 pane, there's 2 pane. Okay, on this window, here's your top, here's your bottom. Okay, and here's the top, and there's the bottom. And we'll deal with the fancy part later. Just as long as you have something so that you can go back with. And if you spend too much time, you're going to drive yourself crazy. So it's kind of coming together. Okay, there's a lot of light on these windows that I'll change later. This bottom window is a little darker than the top one. Okay, we'll put in all these windows. And if you look at it like that, it's a little bit easier to do. Then you can go back and you can make your windows perfect. But you want to just have a base, a base down so that, it would just take you forever to do a painting if you're going to really stress over it. It's better to just really get what you need in there and do it. Okay, so here's a window here, and you can tell, it's sort of looking like, the house. It's not great, but I don't care. It will be great. That's the whole point. Okay, and then there looks like a window here, and maybe a little skinny window there. Again, you want to find all the black that you've got while you're at it. Okay, got another tree over here. I think I'll just go, it looks like it's a lighter color tree, so I'll take some brown. I'll mix it with a little bit of pink and white till I get that color, and I think I got it. Okay, so you're going to put in that tree. And then I can worry about the shading on the tree later. But I just want to really have something down on the canvas pretty quick. Yeah, I've got a lot of experience, and also, if you paint every day like I do, you just get better and better and better. Doesn't mean I don't have a lot of junky ones in my house, but I give a lot of them away, too, for free, because I don't want to look at them. Now, here's this birch tree here that goes in here. You don't have to paint in the white, but I may as well put that one in. Then there's a birch tree over here on this side going like that. Okay, and then I'm going to start with the trim on the windows in the house. Now, I might get a smaller brush because this one's a little big. So, I don't know what size I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use something that's about the size of the stroke that I need. So this brush is a little bit smaller. When you do keep your brushes, I have to throw out my brushes all the time. I spend a lot of my husband's money on new brushes. Whoops. Because I don't take care of them. What you want to do is when you're done, you want to wipe them down, and you want to keep them flat. You don't want to keep them like this because all the turpentine seeps into the brush like this. You always keep your paintbrushes flat and clean them very well. And there's a lot of expensive brushes out there. I rarely buy expensive brushes, but sometimes I'll have a $20 brush. This one might be a $20 brush. Now, I'm going to go in, same color as my tree here. Looks like all the light on the house is the same color as this tree. See that? It's pretty much the same color, maybe a little lighter. So I'll add some white. And this actually is a disposable palette. So when I'm done with this, I just throw it out, and then I've got a palette under. These cost like $10, and it's so much better than having a piece of glass around my kids. The glass palette's great, but if it ever dropped or something, I'd be in big trouble. So I'm going to go and put the light in. And there looks like this shape. See, I don't know what shape it is, but some kind of shape above the window. I'm going to put that one in there. Okay, a little bit of light here, a little bit of Looks like a pinkish red, sort